Let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Shalom Israel. Welcome back to Wednesday night class. Good to see everybody in class, in the flesh, and also everybody online. Shout out and shalom to you and your families. Hope everybody's doing well. Shout out and shalom to Cabo Cab down in Guatemala and his congregation. Shout out and shalom to Stream of Wisdom in Norfolk, Virginia, Houston, Texas, and also Rochester, New York. Hope everybody's doing well there as well. I know as we get closer to Passover, which is not too far away, the Most High does purge us, and He purges the body tremendously during these times because He's ready to propel growth. And just like trees, you know, you prune off the dead weight. So we got to be careful to make sure that we endure whatever the Most High has given us, and not get pruned and not get cut off. You know, we don't want to be those dead branches in Christ. But shout out and shalom to also everybody in California, Florida, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Detroit, Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out and shalom to all the family out there that support us in what we do and that watch our channel and that and also believe like we believe in the Most High in Christ. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. The reason why we kind of go over this class is called A Call to Reform the Flesh. And when you're in the truth and you're in a body of work and you're coming from a background of sin like we all do and we all battle with, what we're going to find is that sometimes when we fight our flesh, it's not as easy as it may sound. And we know this because, unfortunately, we've actually lost brothers to drugs and alcohol that passed away and that didn't, you know, overcome those battles. We wish those brothers were fighting and still here. So we know how serious losing the flesh battle can be, you know, and it's not something that's easy, but it can be done, but you got to be consistent. And so this topic is to reach out to those that are fighting something in the flesh, which we all are fighting something in our own right, something that the flesh is pulling on. It doesn't have to be a full-blown addiction, but it could be something that you're losing, a losing battle in your daily lives. So we kind of want to speak to that. So if we can get the phones off, make sure the phones get cut off. We want to go ahead and speak to that, and hopefully this class was able to edify and strengthen those that are in this battle, because we're all in the fight. Let's go ahead and get started with the first verse in this class. It's called Call to Reform the Flesh. So the first verse is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 4, and then this is not part of the class, but I'm gonna just make it part of the class anyway. Isaiah chapter 43. And we're going to read start at verse 18. I want Thessalonians first.
First Thessalonians 4 first.
Yeah.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 4.
And then I want Isaiah chapter 43. We're just going to insert this in here. Shalom everybody online. Shalom family online. Good to see everybody watching. Let's read that.
Come, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 4. That every one of you should know how to possess his vessel.
It says everybody is supposed to know how to possess what?
His vessel.
Where's Karai at? We need the definition king in here. Where's Karai at?
Can't hear you.
Okay. So he said that every one of us should know, everybody's responsible and should have the knowledge to do what?
Possess his vessel.
Possess your vessel, meaning your body is your vessel. Your flesh is your vessel. And this vessel, you should know how to sustain it, how to maintain it, how to keep it, how to keep it, but it's to be kept in a certain way. Shalom, Bakar, shalom online, shalom. Good to see you, brother. Read it again.
Come, 1 Thessalonians 4 and 4. That every one of you should know how to possess his vessel.
So now, like I said earlier, in possessing your vessel, sometimes we lose in the ability to possess our vessel in a certain classification in a certain way. Yes, sir.
You want the definition of possess?
No. But I do want the definition in the further part. I'll let you know when I call the definition. He says that we should know how to possess our vessel. Now that vessel is your body. That is your temple which is our responsibility. Our temple, our body, is our responsibility. Right? Read.
Con, how to possess his vessel in sanctification.
Now, I do want the definition of sanctification, because there's a certain way that your vessel, which is your body, is supposed to be kept. So I do want the definition of sanctification.
Con. Sanctification, 1828, Webster Dictionary. The act of making holy.
It says sanctification means you're supposed to know how to sustain your body and keep your body what?
The act of making holy.
How to make it holy. Now, we do know how to tear our bodies down. That's something that we do know how to do very well. We know how to destroy, overindulge, to overemphasize, over-accentuate the body. We know how to indulge, and we know how to drink to no limits.
Overinflame.
Overinflame, to make overweight. We know how to eat unhealthily. We know how to do everything wrong to the body. But the Most High said, listen, He didn't just give us the body just so we can abuse it and not know how to keep it and not how to sustain it. He says, I gave you this body for the purpose of you having the responsibility of making this body holy. And that's something, until you come into the Bible and that you come into the knowledge of the Most High Christ, you will not be good at. And that's why this is not about judging anybody. But this is about asking, pleading, begging, beseeching people to take notice of what it takes to make your body holy. Because that's something that we do know how to do, is tear down and destroy, abuse very well. And we are masters at abusing our flesh and our bodies. He says, but the Most High gave it to us so that we can learn how to make it what?
Holy.
How to make it holy. What else?
Con. It says, by which the affections of men are purified.
It says, by which, when you make this, when you sanctify this body, it says, by which the what?
The affections of men are purified.
It says, you know how to make the what of men?
The affections of men.
What?
Are purified.
Go ahead.
Or alienated from sin and the world.
So you know how to purify your flesh, your body, and keep it from what?
From sin and the world.
And you know how to keep your body away from sin and what?
The world.
Where's mine at?
Mine's with Dalyat.
Oh, okay.
Not me, but
Okay. All right. So, okay, cool. So, so he says we know how to keep this body away from what?
From sin and the world.
And so the two enemies to this body is sin and the world. And you got to learn how to keep your body away from both of them and keep it pure and make it holy. We have trouble. Like I said, a lot of our people easily destroy themselves through indulgence, superfluity, and excessiveness. We destroy ourselves, and the body starts to break down and decay when it's overconsumed and suppressed. Say it again.
It's already meant to decay already. We're just increasing the process, or we speed up the process through bad decision making.
Yeah, it's not necessarily meant to decay. What it's meant for is something else. So when I say get Isaiah 43, because Isaiah 43 is to show us what it's meant for. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 43 and read verse 18.
Isaiah chapter 43 and verse 18 reads. Let me know when you're ready.
Read that.
Remember ye not the former things.
It says don't say get past the old things. Read on.
Neither consider the things of old.
He said the Most High said, listen, man, I want you to have a new purpose. Now we do know how to tear down, and we do know how to destroy. Read on.
Behold, I will do a new thing.
He said, but what I want to do with you is I want to do something new with you. The Most High been wanting to do something new with us, which is what? Jump down to verse 21.
This people have I formed for myself.
He said, what I want you to do is to not live for you, but to live for who?
This people have I formed for myself.
He said, I want you to live for me, not for you.
That's a big point right there, though.
Very big point. He said, this is the new thing I want you to do. Don't live for you and the abundance of your particular direction that you want to go with your life. live for me. He says, I want this people for myself. I formed them for myself. The Most High had already designated the purpose of our vessel. It was always meant to be for who?
For himself. Myself.
But in what way? Read.
They shew forth my praise.
It says your body was created, your vessel was created to show forth what?
His praise.
His praise.
So it was never meant for destruction. It was meant for you to show the example of what it means to live a godly life and lean on the Most High and let the Most High sustain you through His providence. We're supposed to be the example of the believers. And it was always meant to be that. But somewhere in life, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We didn't understand the direction and the purpose of what this vessel was made for. And so we thought that, you know what? It's my body. It's my life. I make my own decisions. And I control and I dictate my direction and where I want to go in my particular path. That's not so. He says what you were supposed to be doing with this body is keeping it sanctified. Back to that definition of sanctification.
Come. All right. The act of making holy by the affections of men are purified and alienated from sin and the world.
So in order to make your body holy, you got to put away what?
Sin.
You got to put away sin, and you can't be influenced by what?
By the world.
Can't be influenced by the world. There's only one way to make your body holy. Read on.
Come. And it says, and exalted to a supreme love to God.
It says, and exalted to a supreme what?
Love to God.
So once you are able to conquer your sins, not give yourself and be influenced by the world, and you become dedicated to who?
To the Most High.
To the Most High, which was His point and purpose from the very beginning.
Wow.
That's what He always wanted anyway.
Then I got a last part.
Go ahead.
Last part is pretty good. The act of consecrating or of setting apart for a sacred purpose.
It says which means that's what consecrate means, or that's what set apart means, or that's what holy means, is to set apart for what?
It says to set apart for a sacred purpose.
Now give me James chapter 4 verse 4.
James chapter 4 verse 4.
What I want you to do is start at verse 1.
James chapter 4 verse 1.
Yeah, get that.
James chapter 4 verse 1. From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lusts that war in your members?
It said, but the trouble that we have in this life that keeps us from being sanctified, the part that keeps us as slaves to the body, to the flesh, is the what? Read it again. You got to understand that point.
It says, from whence come wars and fightings among you?
It says, so where's the trouble come in life? Why is life dedicating ourselves to the Most High? Where does it become so difficult? And why is it so hard to sanctify the body and keep the vessel clean? Where's the struggle at? Where's the struggle coming from? Read.
Come they not hence, even of your lusts?
It said the struggle for sanctifying our vessel comes from where?
Your lusts?
Our lust is what keeps us from keeping our vessel clean, from keeping it pure, so that the Most High can use it, so it can be set apart for a divine purpose. Our lust is the one that invades and troubles us in our direction of dedicating ourselves wholly to the Most High. Read.
That war in your members?
And he says that do what?
That war in your members?
So yes, there is going to be a war when you try to dedicate this vessel to the Most High. There's going to be a war. And that war is in the flesh. And like I said, we've lost brothers in this camp, in this truth, from overindulgence, from not being satiated in the flesh, either through addiction, drugs, alcohol, overdose. I mean, we've lost brothers that way, and that's not what the Most High's intention was for. It's for us to be lost. He says, but the battle is in the what?
In your members.
Read on.
It says, ye lust and have not.
He said, but this is why the Most High says, hey, you want things so bad, but I don't give you what you want. Read on.
Ye kill and desire to have.
Go ahead.
And cannot obtain.
But the Most High holds certain things back from us. Read on.
Ye fight and war, yet ye have not.
Read.
Because ye ask not.
Read on.
Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss.
He said, because we ask amiss. Read on.
That ye may consume it upon your lust.
He says, the reason why we want things is not for the purpose of sanctifying our flesh. We want things so that we can consume what we ask for upon our what?
Upon your lusts.
Upon our lust. Now, I want you to read this real quick, Dariat. This is what, in Matthew Henry, in the commentary, explains this in a little bit more detail about why the Most High holds certain things back from us and why he doesn't give us what we particularly want. Read this right here.
Matthew Henry commentary. Father, and do good with what they have, but that they may consume it upon their lust.
He says what?
But that they may consume it upon their lust.
Just like we read. Read on.
That they may be enabled to eat better meat and drink better drink.
He says what we want is we're not satisfied with the meat the Most High gives us. We always want to take it up a notch. We want more. The flesh always wants more than what the Most High gives you. It always wants more. It always wants better. Okay, I'm eating hamburger meat. That's not good enough. I'm eating steaks. That's not good enough. I need to eat Wagyu. I need the best of what life has to offer. He said, well, the Most High give us don't be enough, so we're not satisfied. We're not satisfied with what he gives us. Read on. He said, we want better meat, we want better meat, better drink, and what else?
And wear better clothes.
And we want better clothes. He says, so we're never satisfied with what the Most High gives us.
It's not enough.
It's never enough. The food is not enough. The drink is not enough. The clothes we have on is not enough. Read on.
It says, and so gratify their pride.
It says, so what we ask the Most High for is things that gratify or appease our pride. That's the things that we want from the Most High. They have nothing to do with the spirit. They only accentuate the pride. They only stroke the ego. We always ask the Most High for the wrong things. And therefore, because we ask the Most High for the wrong things, read on.
It says, but to accentuate, so gratify their pride. Sorry, I was listening to you.
No, that's cool.
I can't find it in here. It's accentuate. It says, so gratify their pride, vanity, and voluptuousness.
So the things that we ask the Most High for are for the ego stroke and to increase things that increase vanity, our pride, and our voluptuousness. Meaning we want to satisfy ourselves and indulge in the things that we ask the Most High for. It's never for the spirit.
It's to expand ourselves.
Yep.
In the carnal.
Oh, very much so. And accessorize the flesh. We always want to accessorize the flesh and decorate the flesh, not the spirit. Read on.
But if we thus seek the things of this world, it is just in the Most High to deny them.
It says if we seek the things that's in this world, it is just to what?
Just of the Most High to deny them.
So the Most High said, listen, the reason why I don't give you what you ask for is because all the things that you ask for, they have nothing to do with me. They have everything to do with accentuating you. They have nothing to do with me. It's not about cleaning yourself up so that you can be a better vessel for me. You could be of better use and better service for me. It's only about satisfying and appeasing your flesh. He says, so the Most High sits back and denies those things that he has to offer us a lot of times. Read on.
Whereas, if we seek anything that we may serve the Most High with it.
It says what we should do is recalibrate our prayers. What we should do is recalibrate the prayer instead of asking for things that accentuate my ego or my pride or my vanity or my voluptuousness. What we should be doing is asking the Most High for things that do what? Read.
It says that we may expect.
Read that part again.
Sorry, that we may accept he will either give us what we will seek or give our hearts.
Read up one more part.
It says, if we seek anything, that we may serve the Most High with it.
It says, if we ask for anything, it's supposed to be for the service of the Most High. I'm only asking for things from the Most High so that I can do more work for Him. See, our prayers be wrong. We don't ask the Most High for things so that we can do more work for the Father. We ask the Most High for things to better accentuate the flesh, so I can feel better about who I am as a man or a woman. I want to decorate myself. Better food, better houses, better cars, better clothes, better drink. It has nothing to do with the Father. So our prayers are not always aligned with service to the Lord. And this is why the Most High will help deny and not give you what you ask for, because it has nothing to do with Him or the service for Him. Read on.
We may expect he will either give us what we will seek or give our hearts to be content without it.
He says what we should do, because if you're not careful how he's explaining this, it's hard to read over it and not catch it. He says, but if we thus seek the things of this world, it is just in the Most High to deny them. So he's saying, because if we seek worldly things, it's only right that the Most High not give it to you. It's only right. Why would the Most High give you something that has nothing to do with serving Him?
Make us more wicked.
More indulgent.
More distracted.
More destructive.
More selfish.
He says, whereas if we seek anything that we may serve the Most High with, he said, if you ask the Most High for things that you can do service with Him with, he says, we may expect He will either give us what we seek because you asked in the right context. You know why you asked the Most High for something. I'm asking, when I pray to the Most High, it's so that I can do more for the Lord. It's the tools that I'm asking for to be a better servant for Him. He says, then we could have confidence that He'll either give it to us, or he says, or give us hearts to be content without it.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
So that if I'm asking the Most High for the right things, then I'm asking the Lord, if you don't give me what I'm asking for, then let me learn to be content with the things you don't give me that I ask for. Because obviously you see that it's not needed for me. And obviously I don't need it, so keep it away from me. Do we actually make prayers like that?
No.
Do we make those pursuits? No way. Not even close. He says, and it gives opportunities of serving and glorifying Him some other way. He says, let us remember this, that when we speed not in our prayers, it is because we ask amiss. Either we do not ask for the right ends, or not in a right manner, not with faith, or not with fervency, unbelieving, and cold desires beg denials. What he's saying is, when he says cold desires beg denials, he's saying that it's evident in your prayers that you really don't believe in the Most High.
Wow.
That's what he's saying. He said it's evident in your prayers because all your prayers have nothing to do with being a better servant. It has only to do with you being better off in the flesh. He says, in that mismanagement of prayers, miscalculation of prayers, only shows that you deny the Most High even that much more. That's crazy. If you understand what he's saying. That's what he said. What he's saying is that our misaligned prayers is evidence of our unbelief.
It's like praying to win the lottery.
Yep.
Those are common prayers.
Yeah, but I'm praying, but in that prayer, I'm showing the Most High I don't believe in Him. He said, "Cold desires beg denials, and this we may be assured of, that when our prayers are rather the language of our lust than of our graces, they will return empty." What he's saying is, the reason why prayers don't get answered is because these prayers has nothing to do with the Father, but they're only the language of our lust. That's heavy.
That's crazy.
But this is why the Most High retards or holds back certain things from us. Because the language that we're speaking is only lust related.
And we wouldn't say it's lust. We wouldn't say, "Oh man, I'm not asking for anything. I'm not asking for much." Is one comment.
Mm-hmm.
Another comment is, "You know I have needs." Another comment is, "I'm only a man." Another comment is, "You know what? I see everybody else with this. Why am I being denied? Why is it a problem for me? When I want it, it's wrong, but when they want it, it's okay. Why are you granting them their blessing?" They say blessing, but I can't have my blessing. These are all confusion points that people have in their prayer life with the Most High. But is it connected to the point they can handle this situation, but you can't? Is it connected to that?
Man, you know what? What you said is a major point. And what is it, James 4:7?
Let not that man.
No. It says the spirit lust of the envy.
5.
Read that.
James chapter 4, verse 5. He says, "Do you think the scripture saith in vain?"
It says the prayers like Daviah said, why is it wrong when other people got what I'm only asking for? I'm only a man. I'm only asking for this much. I'm not asking for the whole world. I'm just asking for this little. I'm not asking for much. He says, man, do you not understand the flesh that you walk in every day? How the flesh naturally does what?
It says the spirit.
No. Read it again.
Do ye think that the scripture saith in vain? The spirit that dwelleth in us.
It says the spirit that dwelleth in us naturally does what?
Lusteth to envy.
It said it lusted to what?
Envy.
Envy is automatic in the flesh. It's automatic. You don't have to turn it on. It's already there.
Wow.
You don't have to activate envy. It's already designed in you. It's programmed in you.
When you get a phone out, the apps are already
The
there.
apps are already in there, right?
I got GPS. I didn't look for this.
Yeah, it's already on the phone. It's already in the spirit. So you don't have. So even when we answer the Most High and we try to downplay the prayers that are backwards, like, it's not that much. It's only a little bit. How come it's wrong when I want it?
Yeah.
You did it for them. Why can't do it for me? What's speaking that language?
The envy.
Envy is speaking that language. That's coming from envy. Yes, sir.
I sent you 2 verses on.
I don't know what phone. This phone about to die. So if you
I
want
sent
to.
it on both phones.
Okay, cool. Because this one about to go. All right.
Based off of your point.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see if it fits. And then if it fits, we'll use it, bro. No problem.
Type C. Type C. Type C.
No, it's an iPhone.
Too good for me.
That's good. I mean, Proverbs 15:29 is good. We can use that one. Go ahead, man. I want to pull it. Look.
Just to get clarity on.
Hold on. Say it again.
What was that cider from?
That was a Matthew Henry from that James. Him explaining how we ask for the wrong things, and that's why the Most High don't give it to us. But we understand why. But go ahead on that point, my woman.
Come. It says Proverbs chapter 15, verse 29. It says, "The Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous."
So it's showing you why the Most High don't answer those prayers. Those prayers have nothing to do with righteousness. It's all about accentuating the flesh, adding to the flesh. Because if I was content with my living condition, would I be looking for bigger and better living situations? Nope. Would I be shopping as often as I do for clothes and shoes and outfits if I was content with what I have? No, I'm not. I wouldn't.
No, I like this point because it shows you who prayers get answered versus who prayers don't get answered, and those that don't get answered are for their own benefit, for their own flesh.
Say it again.
I said I like the point that you pushing as far as in who prayers get answered,
Yeah, it's true.
and it shows you the difference between whose prayers will get answered versus those that are not, and those that don't get their prayers answered for their fleshly based prayers versus not for the Most High cause.
Absolutely. So he says, cold desires beg for denials. So our prayers that be off are evidences that we don't believe in the Most High. And that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 12. Let me put this on the screen.
Hebrews chapter 3, verse 12. Yeah, you ready?
Read that.
So, Hebrews 3 and 12. Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief.
And that's what you got to watch out for. You got to watch out for the fact that your flesh is not asking the Most High for something that shows that you are an unbeliever. You could be praying for the wrong damn things. And your prayers could be speaking the wrong language to the Most High. The language of lust. So he said you got to make sure that what you're not showing and demonstrating to the Most High, that you don't believe in Him. That's a dangerous thing to have, is to be questioning the Most High about what other people got that I don't got. How come you ain't gave me this, Lord? And I want this so bad, and you don't love me unless you give this to me. All you're doing is showing the Most High you don't believe in Him. He said what?
Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living power.
Because I don't want what you want for me to do your service and be a better servant to you. I want what I want to add to my flesh. Read on.
Verse 13. But exhort one another daily.
He said, exhort one another daily. This is why it's good to be around the body. The body keeps you accountable for seeking after spiritual things. The body is there, the body of Christ. It's good to be around a body, because a body will keep you accountable from not just going overindulging completely into your flesh. So the body keeps you from that. The body of Christ keeps you from that. Read.
While it is called today.
It said while it is called what?
Today.
So every day it's good to have somebody exhorting you and inciting you to good deeds. Exhort means to excite to laudable deeds. So it's somebody there pushing me to reach for better things and ask the Most High for better things, to becoming a better servant. It's good to have people around you like that. That's constantly reminding you of something, of what you should be focused on and what's important and what's not important. What's a waste of your time and what you should be giving your mind to. That's why it's great to have somebody there on a daily basis exhorting you. Read on.
Lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin.
And if you don't have anybody there constantly in your ear, keeping you accountable, something will get the best of you. He says some people what will happen to them? He says,
lest any of you be hardened.
Lest any of you be what?
Hardened through the deceitfulness of sin.
Who are these hardened individuals?
They want to do what they want.
The ones that don't want what they want. They're trying to stroke their ego more so than trying to please everybody.
Well, let's find out. He said you got to be careful not to become. He said, lest there be any of you have this evil heart of unbelief, departed from the Most High. He says, and you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin. If so now I turn cold.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I turn cold?
Can I guess this?
Well,
There
yeah,
we go.
yeah.
Right there.
Say it.
Oh, didn't it give what you want?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
There
what-
you go.
That's why you turn cold.
I'm measuring my whole relationship with the Most High. I'm betting my belief on this.
Or I measure my quality of life.
It's better said. I'm measuring the quality of my life based off, do I get this quote unquote reward or quote unquote blessing?
Return on investment.
If I don't get this blessing or reward or situation, then you know what? I no longer identify myself as this submissive servant. I might have to go chase another God or another situation, or I might have to do it myself.
He said, that's what Daniel said is 100% right.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. If you're not careful, he says you can fall away by the deceitfulness of sin. Yes, sis. You could be hardened, I should say.
What if I feel like I'm not getting the treatment that I want? Like,
Yes.
I sat there and doing all this, my husband is not treating me the way that I want. It would be what I want, right?
RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
Because that's what everybody wants, some respect. Because treatment is just respect. We want to be treated better. I want more respect from the people around me. And if I don't feel like I'm getting the respect that I want, he says sometimes that heart could be hardened. The treatment, the respect, or the honor that I feel like I deserve. If I don't get what I want, he said I could turn cold.
I want certain privileges.
And if I don't see the things that I'm looking for come to me sooner, then I turn off.
Yep.
He said you got to be careful you don't let your heart turn off. Read that. Yeah, what you got,
I
Ahmad?
was going to add that hardening, meaning you can't penetrate this person's spirit. You can't help them because they're shutting everybody up, basically.
Right. Actually, so that's why I asked: Who are these hard-hearted or hardened individuals? Who are they? Let's go to 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1.
Are you done with this one?
Yeah, we're gonna hold that. Save it for later.
Okay.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1.
Read that.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance.
So he's exhorting them, just like we read earlier in Hebrews. It's always good to have somebody around you exhorting you daily. That's what Paul's doing right here, or Peter's doing right here in 2 Peter. He's exhorting them. He said, "Man, I'm talking to you because I'm trying to stir up your what?
Your pure minds.
I'm trying to stir up your pure minds by way of what?
By way of remembrance.
Because you forgot what's important. You've been asking the Most High for the wrong things. You've been seeking after the wrong pleasures. So I'm trying to stir your mind back up to focus back on what's important, on the things that really matter. You've been chasing things in life that don't really matter, that don't do any benefit for you spiritually, only flesh-wise. He says, so I'm having this conversation, I'm writing this letter to you to remind you about what's important and what you should be focused on. That's what exhortation is all about. Somebody got to sit back and get people to remind them, hey, it's not about you. It's about being a servant of the Most High. It's not about what you get or what you don't have or how much you want or how much you feel like you deserve or the praise you feel like you should receive. Read.
Verse 2. That ye may be mindful.
It says, because I want to put it in your mind. I want you to be mindful. Have a mindful of what?
Of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior.
So you got to get a reminder about what the intention of this life is about. And I got to use the prophets, and I got to use our Lord and Savior. I got to use their words to remind you to get you back on track. Because obviously, if you need a reminder, then obviously you forgot. Mm-hmm. Somewhere in your life, you forgot about what you should be focused on and why the Most High created you.
That normally happens when people are in the midst of multiple pursuits. Sometimes the Most High slows our life down and gives you a very simplified life and a very basic life, so that you can maintain your focus on Him. But we start getting bored. We start looking around our life and seeing, well, there's other things to look for. And we start secretly looking for different or alternate agendas, alternate pursuits. And then we want the Most High, and we want our alternate pursuits. Then you look up, and you don't know what's important no more.
Yep.
I don't know who comes first, the Most High or my pursuits.
Or 50-50.
Or let me just go ahead and just measure it out.
How can I balance out serving the Lord and seeking after my pleasure?
Yeah.
Where's the balance at?
That's the question we say.
Because we ask that question all the time.
What do you want me to do? Read the Bible all day? What do you want me to do? Just be a servant? Is that what my life's supposed to be? I'm just a Bible person? But then when you look up, you have the alternate mindset where I have multiple pursuits. You never complain about your multiple pursuits.
Nope.
We only complain about serving the Most High. That's crazy. I'm not content focusing on spiritual improvement and sobriety and maintaining my vessel. I'm not content with that. But I am content with polluting my vessel as long as I have the option to get my pursuits. We never complain about that.
Nope.
That shows where our heart's at.
Yep. And he's trying to show us how not to get hard. How to not let the heart get hard or the mind to get stiff. He's explaining that I got to keep reminding you and stirring you back up with these words of these prophets and our Lord and Savior.
I have a definition of harden that's pretty good.
What you got?
Harden, point 3, to confirm in wickedness. Right? So my thoughts over time, like, you know what? These thoughts are not righteous thoughts. These thoughts confirm that I'm somewhere in my spirit, I'm negative. That says opposition or enmity.
Yep.
I mean, my thoughts and my pursuits are just in opposition or it's opposite of what the Most High wants for me.
Well, something has to say, or something has to be a notable mark of evidence that my mind and my pursuits is off. What's a notable mark of, say, somebody that's, like you put a hardened, that's opposite, or proving that they're committed to wickedness?
Yeah.
What's a notable mark? Read on. What you got?
Prayer.
Prayer. The prayers are off. But what else?
Verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers.
Hold on. What's a notable mark that somebody's been hardened? Where's the evidence that somebody's hardened already? Or they're becoming to be hard. They're beginning to be hardened. And they need reminders. They need reminders of what the words of the prophet said and the words of our Lord and Savior say, so that they can get stirred back up in a pure manner. He said, because one way to know that somebody has become hardened in their heart is that they have become what?
Scoffers.
They have. What is a scoffer?
1828.
You got it?
Scoffer, 1828 definition. One who scoffs, one that mocks.
I start mocking the truth. I start making fun of what people do every day to serve the Most High. That's how you know somebody's heart is beginning to be hardened.
Unknowingly.
Either knowingly or unknowingly. Most of the time it's unknowing.
Yeah.
They don't know that they've already fallen victim to a hard heart. He says they start mocking what people do. And I don't like to bring the story out because it's nothing good about the end result of that situation. But
crazy story.
There's a brother that came from Africa that used to come to class about 25 years ago. And he spoke about 7 languages. And he had a little Mitsubishi Galant when the Galants were hot. You know,
it's all about the Galant. 2 years.
Yeah, when the Mitsubishi Galant was hot. He had the Mitsubishi Galant. And we were in the midst of building the school and building the brother's house. We had the school going, and we were sustaining the school and sustaining the brother's house. Mm-hmm. And before we went to work every day and went to the malls, we would pray vehemently before we go to work, and we would send up prayers. And we would ask the Most High to bless every man's hand for the sake of the body, for the sake of the church. We would ask the Most High to come through, and we would ask Him to make our journeys and use us as vessels to bring in resources for Him. And we would send up these vehement prayers to the Most High. And this brother would eventually, the scriptures say the whole need not a what?
Sick.
But who?
But the sick.
So he said, listen, man, I don't got to do what y'all do. Because although he had his Mitsubishi Galant, when the Galants is like 02, when the Galants was hot. He had his Mitsubishi Galant. He spoke 7 languages. He came over with some type of educational stipend from Africa. He said, listen, I don't got to do what y'all do. He said, I don't got to go hamada. Yeah, pray Lord for the money. Pray Yahweh. He kept doing that. Yahweh. He became a what?
Mocker.
A scoffer.
So scoff. You want me to finish reading?
Yeah, I want you, because and like I said, this is scary though. Read.
I went to the root definitions. The word scoff, to treat with insolent ridicule.
He says, oh, y'all don't got to do that. I got money. I don't got to go Yahweh. I don't got to do what y'all do. Well, mockery, right?
After or before the prayer?
This is him when some of the things he was doing was off and brothers would check him. His retort would be to mock what y'all do. To mock what we do. When he started getting checked about his behavior, he started mocking what we do. Well, that brother is now an alcoholic that you will see on this street. And one morning I found him under the stairs of the school. Now, keep in mind, this is like a 25-year time difference. But when I seen him under the stairs, he was beat up and he was drunk. And I asked him, what happened to you, man? And he said, oh man, I was drunk, man, and somebody beat me up. Both eyes shut, lips busted, and he's homeless, sleeping on the street. Like I said, that's not something to laugh at or to mock about, but who was the mocker first? He was the mocker first. But when you would see somebody in that situation, you pray that the Most High restore their sight. It's like the prodigal son.
Yeah. Right.
You ask the Most High that they come back and and at least acknowledge they wrong, so the Most High can restore them. You don't want to see even your enemy, somebody make fun of you in your servitude to the Lord. You don't wish nothing on them like that. Right. But this man has completely fallen away. Nasty clothes, homeless. Like I said, he spoke 7 languages. He was up. But when he was up, he was mocking. He made fun of the spiritual things that we do to sustain ourselves daily. And as I started talking to him, he started to remember some of the brothers that was in the camp. Where this brother? Where the brother Arya? Where the brother Balaba? Where the brother? Now your mind started to come back to you. But you couldn't tell him nothing when he was up. He said, but this is how you know that some people's heart has begun to be hard. The first thing they do, they start mocking spirituality. The things that are spiritual. They make fun of what people do to serve the Lord. I don't got to do what y'all do to get money. What y'all do is y'all wasting y'all time. Hamada. Yahweh.
It's tripping, bro.
Yeah. But he said what?
Mockery. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's that definition.
Mockery, scorn, ridicule, reproach, expressed in language of contempt.
It said expressed in language of what?
Contempt.
So how do you know when somebody's heart is already starting to get hard? It's in their what? It's the language. It's contemptuous language.
They're going back and
But
forth in
they-
disagreement.
It's they stand in opposition to you. It's the fact that they don't value what you do, what you serve, what you're about.
They clout.
They talk against what you do for a living.
Oh.
They talk against your service to the Lord. They talk against how you petition the Most High for favors and your daily bread. They speak against you. This is how you know that they've begun to have a hard heart, because it's in their language. Their language becomes disrespectful. He said what?
To taunt.
To taunt? What else? That's enough. Read the scripture one more time.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. Knowing this verse, that there shall come in the last days scoffers.
He said, knowing this first, in the last days there's going to be what?
Scoffers.
There's going to be scoffers. And what does a scoffer do?
Walking after their own lusts.
And what does a scoffer do? They mock, they ridicule, and they talk down on what you do to serve the Lord on a daily basis. They don't respect what you do for the Lord on a daily basis. They don't respect our servitude to the Most High. They're not sanctifying the things that we classify as spiritual. Read? He said they do what?
Walking after their own lusts.
He said they're a scoffer. They start talking crap because they're not getting what? They're not getting their lust fulfilled. So they don't see no good in what you do to serve the Lord because it's not benefiting the what? The flesh. This is how you know when the children of Israel begins to develop hard hearts. This is the danger that the children of Israel is in, because they make fun of camps, churches, scriptures, study, prayers, the work, how you dress, the work you do, how you make a living, how you earn a living. This is how you know that their heart is starting to stiffen up. It's dangerous. They're walking in a danger zone. He says, and they walk after their what?
Own lust.
Their own lust. This is the evidence and the proof that their hearts are starting to get stiffened up. They only care about what they want and what they can get and receive out of their daily efforts. It's not about the Most High. It's about them. Read on.
Verse 4. And saying.
Hold on. Jump down to verse 7.
Verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store.
He said, but the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word,
are kept in store.
Go ahead.
Reserved unto fire.
He says, but there's something as a reward for that hard heart. The Most High got something in store for that hard heart. Is what?
Reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
And he says, it's unto perdition, the destruction of ungodly men. So the Most High got something set up for the scoffer. The Most High got something set up for the one that walks after his own lust. And it's not going to be good in the end. Read on.
Verse 8.
No, that's it. That's all I want to get from there. Give me Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 15, verse 11. Because when somebody has developed a hard heart, they're not around a body to keep them accountable, to excite them to laudable deeds and good deeds. They don't have anybody to remind them, to stir them up, to focus on what's important. Serving the Most High is important. They start walking after their own lust and they start talking crap. As if that direction that they're going is correct. So something is being bred and born in this individual. Wisdom of Solomon. I mean, hold on. You had something. Ecclesiastes.
It's so important. That was long.
Yeah, we kind of passed it up.
Yeah.
If we get back to it,
Yeah.
bring it up. I know I told that story. I didn't mean
No,
yeah.
it's cool. It just went a different direction.
Yeah, because man, that just came out to me like man, that hit me heavy, because the brother thought, in his mind that when he was up, he had the liberty to speak against the truth. Read that. Wisdom of Solomon.
Come on, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 11. For as much as he knew not his maker.
It said for individuals that got hard hearts, man, they really don't know the Most High, man. They really don't know the Most High. When you got a hard heart, you're really ignorant of the Lord. That's just the truth of it. You operate out of ignorance. You really don't know the Most High when you're walking after your lust, and that's all that's important. He said you don't really know the Most High. It really is denial, like Matthew Henry said. You really deny the Most High by the things that you seek. He said, for them that really not know the Most High, read.
For as much as he knew not his maker, and him that inspired into him an active soul.
He says, I don't even value or appreciate where I got my spirit from. I don't even acknowledge who gave me my spirit. I don't respect the creator that created this spirit that I have. I give him no recognition. Read on.
And breathe in a living spirit.
And he said, man, we're so ignorant, we don't even value the one that put this breath in us. Don't you know just as fast as the Most High put the breath in you, he could take it away?
True.
But we're so cocky and so arrogant and so foolish, we don't even acknowledge that. Read on.
But they counted our life a pastime.
He says, but for them that walk after their own lust, he says, to them, my life is my pastime. Now we got to get the definition of pastime. We got to get the definition of pastime. And who might want to get diversion?
Pastime.
Okay, pastime. Get that.
1828.
He says the one that doesn't acknowledge the Most High, that's ignorant of the Most High. He says they counted their life, our life, as pastime. What does that mean? Read.
Sport.
He said, man, my life is going to be dedicated to me having fun. The hell with what you're talking about, serving the Lord. I need to have some fun in my life. What you do for the Lord is boring. You don't do nothing. You don't do nothing fun for the Lord. You're not about having fun. Where's the balance? Can I serve the Lord and have fun too? Can I serve the Lord and still hang out and do the things that make me happy?
That's a crazy statement because it's kind of saying that serving the Lord is not
what makes me happy.
Exactly. Why can't I serve the Lord and do what makes me happy? Your sin, the Most High, does not make you happy.
Yeah. No. Because I'm looking for what?
Sport.
I'm looking for sport. What else?
Amusement.
I'm looking for what?
Amusement.
So I'm trying to amuse. Where's the fun out of all this? You know when you serve the Lord, it is fun to the spirit. It's only not fun to what?
The flesh.
The flesh. So every day, people fight to have fun in the flesh. Yeah. They want to stimulate the flesh. Read on.
Diversion.
He says, and they're looking for diversion. You know, it was a Diversion's Game Room.
Yeah.
It used to be by Ingram.
Right there by Ingram.
It was an arcade called Diversion's Game Room.
It's still alive.
It's still going?
It's still alive.
They have it on street behind Ingram.
Man, Diversion's Game Room been around since like the 80s, man. I don't even know when they first. That's an old game room. Yes, sir.
They even got a movie too. Right?
Yeah, but I never knew why they named the Diversions. I never knew why the game room was called.
I felt the same way.
Diversions. This is back in the 80s and 90s. It's always been called Diversions, but now I understand why they called it Diversions Game Room. Because diversions is what people look for. What's diversion?
Come. 1828 Webster Dictionary. Divergent.
Get the second definition.
Okay, this diversion or diversion?
Diversion.
Okay, diversion.
Diversion.
The divergence.
Okay, diversion.
Is different.
I got it.
You got it. Read that.
Diversion.
Number 2.
That which diverts.
It says that which diverts. What everybody's looking for diversion. That which diverts. What else?
That which turns or draws the mind from care.
It says I'm looking for things where I can ease my mind from what?
Care.
Because you know what? Y'all care too much about what y'all do. Y'all take this too serious. This God thing is too serious for y'all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have some fun.
But the word.
You know, for the younger generation, we call it brain rot. And the brain rot is when you just numb your mind by watching dopamine-filled animation TV shows or video games, and you just go into a trance, pretty much. You wake up 5 hours later after watching TV for, countless time. You ain't ate, then you use the bathroom. It's time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
No, it's really happened. I mean, my personal experience when I was back in my Call of Duty days, my Call of Duty Black Ops days, you play the game from 2 o'clock in the summer, 2 p.m., all the way up until 1 o'clock in the morning, and you ate all day, and it was all good.
But your flesh was enjoying it.
Oh, it was the best time of your life.
Yeah. But now you got this damn holograms and this virtual reality
cortisol through the roof,
where you're one step closer to being actually in the game.
Yeah.
You're like yes, sir.
Now, see, my sister used to do those Halo tournaments.
Oh, is it real?
And
Yeah.
She has PTSD.
Yeah, you told me that. Your sister, she developed PTSD.
She was good.
Real.
From the video game.
She was really good.
Because the mind can't tell the difference.
No, it can't.
They said the brain cannot tell the difference between a visualization or a real event.
And in those games, your rate is dependent on how much you die. So if you die, you lose it all pretty much. So your whole livelihood, because people getting paid off of this too.
Yeah.
So your livelihood is based off of you die or not. So you're really stressing out like, man, I can't lose everything. I can't lose it right now.
Because I got big money on this tournament.
Yeah, that's real.
It's like different kind of gambling, isn't it?
It can be. There's a form of gambling, but it's just your. That's what I call it brain rot, because your mind is so focused on dopamine. When you're not getting dopamine, everything else around you is boring. It's
like drugs, huh?
It is. No, it is. It's definitely like drugs.
It releases the same dopamine, serotonin that the brain releases when the brain is hype off stimulants.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. But he's showing you how diversions is what people want. They don't want the Lord.
No.
Get that definition?
God, diversion. That which diverse. That which turns or draws the mind from care.
Say the same thing. It says draws the mind from what?
Care.
It says, okay, I could be studying. I could take this time that I got to study.
Mm-hmm.
I got about 2 hours of downtime. I got 2 hours of free time that I ain't got nothing to do. I can do anything with this time. So, what am I going to do with this 2 hours of downtime? Netflix.
Yeah.
We got an honest person in the back. Netflix. Anime. What else?
Manga.
Hey, come on, let's not act like we don't know when we do and that we got the downtime.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Who does this?
Crunchyroll.
I'm going to tell you right now. Scrolling.
Doom
TikTok. TikTok's back up. It's back up.
I refuse to download TikTok because I will be a slave to TikTok. Yep. I already know myself. I will be on TikTok on a regular. The social media things, I just know that
that's real.
They keep feeding you with information
every 60 seconds
that don't allow you. X be doing it to me too. They be sending me videos and sending me information. It's right when I'm not looking for it. It shows up on my phone. I click it, and I'm in there. I'm in there for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But you know what? When you got this time, you can say, you know what? Let me give this time to the Lord, or what am I going to do with this time? He says, what am I doing?
That which turns or draws the mind from care.
What else?
Business.
You know what? I've been working all day.
Yep.
Now is my time.
Exactly. It's me time.
It's me time right now.
Yeah.
It's my time to do what I need to do to relax my mind. I need to do the things that I need to do to relax me.
It's for my mental health.
It's for mental health.
It's for my mental health.
It's for my mental health.
Yeah.
You know, I need a break.
Yeah.
I need a brain break.
Yep.
So he says, what else?
From draws the mind from care, business, or study.
Or what?
Or study.
So where people could be doing with their time, they could be doing what with their time?
Studying.
They could be studying. But what do we do with our time?
Diversions.
Fantasy.
We're looking for sports. We're looking for entertainment.
Yes.
We're looking for relief.
For pastime.
We're looking for pleasure. We're looking for a pastime.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
There you
was gonna say the owner of Diversions. He literally lives down the street from me because I know him from when I was younger. I came out of Walmart and I said, he was like, I said, man, what's going on, man? I didn't see you in front. He's like, man, you ain't been to the shop in a while, man. Diversion. I said, man, listen,
Can't go
I've
there.
been busy, man.
Ain't no time for
Hey,
that.
hey, that guy created a successful
He
business
shows love.
because people want diversions.
Yeah.
Literally.
People want to take their mind away from the responsibility of serving the Lord. They're looking for some alternatives to serving the Lord. And that's what the person that is in danger of developing a hard heart, this is what they're doing. He said they dedicate their life to a pastime. That pastime is a diversion.
Yeah.
And that definition, what else you got?
It says, thus relaxes and amuses.
It says a diversion will relax and what?
And amuses.
So the Bible is not important to me. It doesn't. The Bible doesn't relax.
It's not
me.
relaxing. It's stressful.
The Bible.
stressful.
I look at the Bible as stressful. I don't look at the Bible as amusing. I get no fun, no thrill out of reading the Bible. There's no kick and no joy out of reading the Bible.
I've read this story before.
It sounds familiar. I already know what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I know the ending.
I already know the end. Yeah, I already know what's going to happen. David's going to lust.
Yeah.
He gonna take Bathsheba. They're going to have the first baby. Baby's going to die.
Yeah.
I already know what's going to happen. I already know the moral of the story.
Already know.
It's true.
Right. But what people don't understand is that the Bible's called the living word. It's called the living word because every time you read it, it adds something new to you. It yields something every time you study. You actually gain something that you've never seen before every time you pick it up. But our attention is so short. We have such a short attention to details and to information and new information. The Bible puts us asleep. The Bible is a sleeping pill to us.
It's melatonin.
You know, if you push past that first level of fatigue, it always happens like clockwork. The first time you say, I'm going to study right now. I'm going to take this 2 hours. I'm going to study right now. Mm-hmm. The first 15, 30 minutes is hard.
It's difficult. Right?
First 2 hours, your head is nodding. You're dozing off. Your head is bobbing. Your neck is jammed. You got the damn neck ache for your neck sitting to the side.
Taking water breaks,
you're taking
breaks.
Yeah, then you're trying to stand up. You're trying to take deep breaths. You're trying to breathe and do some. Yeah, you're struggling. It is real because your flesh is not entertained, and you got to carry that. You got to carry that flesh that wants a diversion. You got to carry that flesh that want to do something else. So, but if you push past it, if you go past that fatigue, guaranteed you'll learn something new.
Oh yeah.
Or guaranteed, like always, you're gonna see something that somebody else needed from you.
Yep. The very next day.
Or the same day.
Yeah.
It could be the same day or the next day, like clockwork. Somebody needed to hear what you pushed past your flesh to get.
Mm-hmm.
But the Most High was just seeing how bad did you want it. The scriptures say, wisdom is like a deep well, who shall draw it out? Yeah. When you take the bucket down and draw out the deep water, the deep information and deep knowledge, there's a reward when you pull it back up. But you got to go get it. But you got to push past that desire to want to be entertained, amused, and relaxed, and please the flesh. The number one game console in the world is not Sony Xbox, it's the flesh box. It's the number one play console in the world. Because everybody's going to play with themselves, on themselves, by themselves, for themselves, and to themselves. And you can take that however you want to take it. You can take it however you can take that however you want to take it, because that's what people are going to do. They're going to play with their flesh.
Yeah.
And he's showing you the danger of what you do when you rather appease that flesh and satisfy that flesh than you do the spirit. The heart starts to get hard because it's not your joy anymore. It's not your pleasure. It's not satisfying to you. It doesn't relax you. doesn't mean anything to you. You don't get reward out of it. So your heart starts to turn off from it. So get that verse again.
Come, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 12. But they counted our life a pastime.
It said, but those that don't know the Most High, they use this whole life for a pastime to seek the pleasure of the flesh. They utilize all the time of life to satisfy the flesh. That's all they look to do. This is what people do that don't know the Most High, is they naturally gear themselves to the pleasure of the flesh. And the life becomes a pastime. It becomes a diversion. You had something else to divert? Because you had diversion and you had divert.
Okay.
It's a divert. To turn the mind from business, study, it says children are diverted with sports. Men are diverted with works of wit and humor. Low minds are diverted with buffoonery.
It says low minds.
It says low, it's about children, men, and low minds.
Men that are not deep at all. Shallow-minded men. Narrow-minded men are looking for what?
Low minds are diverted with buffoonery.
It said they look for buffoonery. They look for buffoonery as entertainment. You be looking at some of the craziest things on your phone.
It's like, what are you looking at this for? It's stupidity.
Yes,
it's actually stupidity.
It's actually stupid.
Yeah, there's no spiritual or mental food coming from this information or what I'm consuming.
What I'm consuming or involved with.
You go, the buzz, what do you call it? The feed up and nothing. There's nothing. You can't get anything intelligent, intellectual, spiritual, nothing from this.
There's no edification in it.
Like, what are you doing? I'm just engaged in buffoonery.
Or I'm looking at guns all day.
Yeah.
I'm looking at different weapons and how they shoot. I'm looking at different rounds of ammunition. I'm looking at what weapon is better than what other weapon and how I can get this weapon at a cheaper price. Or I'm on Temu, shopping on Temu, trying to catch the lowest bodysuit, the cheapest bodysuit I can get from China. I don't know, man. I don't know what people get on Temu. I don't even got Temu. I've never shopped on Temu. I don't know.
And they shop on TikTok too.
Hey.
I get it. But the issue is, whatever I'm consuming and engaging, there's nothing you can pull from this that's of any benefit to yourself or anybody else. It's just constant folly. It says buffoonery and it says in stage play. Locked into
role
this
play.
make believe, and look, everything's make believe.
Yeah.
Why are you? Because some people read books all day. I see them. They read books all day. What are you reading? I'm reading The Journey of Narnia. Like, okay, bro. You're reading The Journey of Narnia.
Or The Hobbit.
You're into the hobbits out. You're an Israelite. You're Israelite, right? I gotta break down these hobbits are crazy. You're tapped into the hobbits, bro. It's an alternate universe in somebody's mind that has no. I don't know what kind of spiritual benefit you get from this.
But I can see the spirituality of the Hobbit.
Yeah, I'm like, brother, you just gotta go read. You gotta go read some Psalms out
And the eye of Saran
exactly
is Satan.
Exactly. But people are like, well, I'm reading, right? Like, you are reading. But what is the substance you're getting from what you're reading? Or what is the substance you're getting from your feed? You're not getting any substance. Therefore, it's just constant folly and buffoonery. That's a problem, too. Well, I just need to relax my mind. Well, what do you got going in your life that you need to relax your mind? What's really going on in your life? Maybe you're behind. Maybe you're stressed. You got anxiety because you're behind.
Yep.
Maybe you're behind because you've been slothful.
Yep.
Maybe you were slothful behind because you rejected instruction when you had an opportunity to follow instruction. And that's why this looming anxiety is over you.
Because you saw diversions.
God.
From business, from care, from study, from things that matter. You too busy looking for a diversion. You know, you was car shopping, you house shopping.
Yeah.
We in the mall. Our minds be everywhere. Man, no telling where the mind goes. The mind go 1,000 places. But it's showing you the mind is not what's on what's important. That's for sure. But you got people that will try to divert you also. Go to Ephesians chapter 5. Read verse 4.
God.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 4 reads.
Start at verse 4. 5 verse 4.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 4 reads, neither filthiness nor foolish talking.
He said you got to stay away from people that's talking filthy, because people that's talking filthy, that's a diversion too. He says filthiness, what else?
Nor foolish talking.
For people talk foolish, and that's a diversion. Read on.
Nor jesting.
People joke all day long. They don't take nothing serious. Everything's a joke. Don't be influenced by people that takes everything for a damn joke, because that's their diversion. Joking is their diversion. That's what they use for entertainment, to entertain the flesh, which deviates from doing what's spiritual. Joking all day, everything ain't funny all day.
Come.
But then that's yes.
Sorry, I was gonna ask, how do you deal with grandparents when they joke about the dietary law with the kids? Because that's what I'm dealing with now. Like, both parents on my side, they joke about the dietary law with the kids and still feed my kids.
Usually why people joke or ridicule, because they're misinformed. And usually what old folks do, they only respect what the doctor says. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to do is inform people that are misinformed. So then what I would recommend that you do, for one, that's the beauty of a child is this. It says, raise up a child in the way he shall go, when he is older he shall not depart. The beauty of a child is implant what's right. First, take the time and show them in the Bible where it is in the Bible, and drill it in them. So that when they see, you pick up that, because what grandparents are doing is protecting themselves from being looked at as bad parents. They're protecting their image. And they'd rather distort the child in their education, biblical education, than to look bad as parents or grandparents. I don't want to look bad. So that way, when you see me drinking this, or you see me eating this, or you see me smoking this, you don't judge me. Because I don't want to be judged as a bad parent. So I'm trying to save face, is why they're attacking you that way. So, but here's the beauty of a child. Once you implant that in their mind, no, this is what God said. It ain't never going nowhere. It ain't never going nowhere, and they're going to know for themselves. Their eyes are going to be open from that point on. That's wrong. Now, what I would do is pull the children to the side and show them the scripture for themselves, so they could see it for themselves, and nobody could ever, for example, my kid's school is giving stickers in the form of stamps, like great job, way to go, you rock, whoop-de-woo, whatever. But they're little ink stamps that they put on the kids. And my son asked me, hey, Dad, can I get an ink stamp? He's in 3rd grade, because I did a great job. They let me pick from this stamp. I said, man, I don't know if you know, but I told you probably for many times, the Most High said, thou shalt not print any marks upon thy body. In Leviticus 19, right? So I show it to him, and I said, read it for yourself. He says, thou shalt not print, or thou shalt not have any cuttings in the flesh, nor print any marks upon thy flesh. You seen it for yourself. Now you answer that question. Does the Most High want you to put this great job or terrific or way to go or you rock stamp on your body? He goes, no. Then you didn't hear it from me. This is from the Most High. When I'm dead and gone, you got to know the word of the Lord, not my word. When I'm no longer here, you got to remember what the Most High say, not what I say. So that's the importance of implanting this information into these children, so that as they go on their journey in life, they know right from wrong. They know morals, which is to know right from wrong. Now the grandparents, they're going to be condemned for that. Because give me the scripture that says, cursed are they that teach children or people to go to contrary to the
Break my law.
to break the law.
Matthew 5:17.
Is that it?
No.
No, it's the one that says that you're going to be cursed for teaching people to break the Most High's commandments.
The least of my commandments.
No. Yeah, that could be it too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But let me see. Yes, it is.
Teach
It is.
men so.
Yes.
Should be called the least.
Yes. Read that.
That's it.
It is.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17 reads, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." It says, "For verily I say unto you," it's down.
It's verse 19.
Yeah. Verse 19. "Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least
It
commandments."
says, "Whosoever for that shall break one of the least commandments." The small commandment is pork. That the dietary law is something that should have been. You got to eat to survive, so you should at least know the law of eating. That should be one thing you have in your pocket, because that's something you have to do every day. You should know right from wrong from and what's considered clean and unclean dietarily. Read.
"Come, and shall teach men so."
But you're teaching men to break the commandments. You're teaching men to say this is right when it's wrong. Read on.
"He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven."
So he said you should be. So there is rank in heaven, and in heaven you should be least in the kingdom of heaven. Meaning that the Most High is carrying people to the kingdom to rebuild the kingdom, and there will be slaves in the kingdom. We know that those nations also that the Most High is reserving to be slaves as well in the kingdom. Right? So he says, shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Read on.
"But whosoever shall do and teach them."
It says, but if you decide in your life, which you're doing, to do the commandments and teach the commandments, what shall your position be? Read.
"The same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven."
So even though they may be your grandparents, they're going to be looking up to you. They're going to be taking orders from you.
Because they didn't respect the commandment.
Because they didn't respect the commandments. They don't sit where you sit in the kingdom. Because they decided not to do them and to not teach them. So there's a greater respect for the individual. And Christ is saying, this is not the Old Testament. Christ is saying this out of his own mouth. So is there an obligation to teach and do the commandments? Or do I get a pass to tell kids, no, you ain't got to worry about that? No, you don't. So I would keep teaching the children, keep informing the children of the commandments, and then bring the information and the scriptures necessary, because one thing about parents and grandparents is they think that what you're going through is a phase and they don't respect it. For one, it's coming out the mouth of a youth. And they don't feel like you know more than them because they have you beat by age and numbers. So they feel like you really can't teach them anything, specifically when it comes to the Bible, because in their mind, I've been going to church all my life. So there's a pride associated with them resisting the information that you bring to the table. There's a pride involved. But when you inform them and you continue to inform them, then you'll start seeing an adjustment when they know you're serious about what you believe in. My parents no longer eat swine and pork, catfish, shrimp. My mom used to make a mean gumbo. My mom used to throw down on chitterlings. Chitterlings, you would clean chitlins in the sink, and the whole house would smell like rancid. She would separate the membrane from the intestine, and she would be pulling on the intestines, pulling the membrane off of the intestinal lining, and separating the chitlins all day long. And you just walk in and make that face like, Oh man, after smelling guts, pig guts all day, and you're gonna sit there and throw them in a pot and try to season them up. Oh man, I couldn't do it, man. And they throwing hot sauce on it. They throwing the hot sauce. And it's already salt. It's all salt. Then you're gonna throw more salt, more hot sauce on it.
High blood pressure.
Yeah. And then, my stepdad had a stroke. All of it stops. No more chitterlings. No more swine. But it's the doctor that tell you. And it's funny because the doctor told him, "Hey, you can't eat any more pork." I wonder where you. Does that sound familiar? I wonder who's been trying to tell you this all this time. All of a sudden. But he's showing how in that arena when you can't just be around people that are telling you the wrong things. Now let's go back to where we was at in
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 4 reads, neither filthiness.
It said you just can't be impressed upon by people that's pushing filthiness or what else?
Nor foolish talking.
Or people just talking crazy all day long. Not making no damn sense. You just can't, you gotta watch out for this influence. Because this is their diversion, and you gotta make sure that you don't let that become your diversion. Read on.
Nor jesting.
Or somebody joking all day long. Damn, you just joking. Everything's a joke all day long? Everything's not a joke. Read on.
Which are not convenient.
It said these things are not beneficial, like Dariad just brought out. These things are not beneficial to your spirit.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with edifying your spirit. Jokes all day long. Foolish talking crazy all day long. Idle speech all day long. Gossip all day long. Does nothing for the spirit. Read on.
Come. But rather giving of thanks.
It said, but you should be around people and listening to people that's praising the Most High, giving the Most High thanks. Because we read in Isaiah chapter 43 at the beginning of the class, verse 21. Read that again.
Come.
Isaiah chapter 43.
I believe we had verse 21 was the last verse.
Come.
Read
Isaiah
that.
chapter 43, verse 21.
Read that.
This people have I formed for myself.
He said, man, I formed you for myself for what?
It says, they shall show forth my praise.
So that's why he said, listen, you're going to be around people that praise the Most High. Be around people that give glory to the Most High on a regular basis. Be around people that have that kind of influence on you. Let that be the influence on you. People that care about the tenets and the disciplines of the Most High. The law, statutes, and commandments. Read. Let that go. Go back to where we was at in Ephesians.
Come. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 5 reads, for this ye know, that nor whoremonger, nor unclean person.
Somebody is talking about sleeping with people all day long. Nor unclean person. What else?
Nor covetous man.
Nor somebody that's just all they're geared on is wants. It's always about what they want in the flesh.
Yeah.
Read on.
Who is an idolater?
He says the somebody that's so covetous, they are equally and comparable to an idolater. It's idolatry. When somebody wants something so bad, it becomes an idol. Read on.
Have any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and the Most High.
Read on.
Let no man deceive you.
That's why it says, don't let nobody deceive you with what?
With vain words.
People have diversions.
Yeah.
And those diversions are their way of entertaining themselves. Don't let somebody else's way or form of entertaining themselves be an influence to you and become your diversion. You continue to study. You continue to pray. You continue to do spiritual work. But they just want to be occupied with buffoonery all day long. Talking crazy all day long. Don't let them impact you with vain words that don't edify the spirit. All they talk about is flesh talk. Because they want to play the flesh box. They want to entertain the flesh. That's all they want to do. They only talk about things that pertain to the flesh. That's an unholy waste of time and conversation. Read on.
Come. Verse 6 from the top. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of the Most High upon the children of disobedience.
They don't want to study. They don't want to pray. They don't want to work. They don't want to do no business. They're looking for fun. And those individuals do have an impact.
And that sounds very close to the prodigal son's situation. He was seduced off his labor. He had brothers. He had a good father. He wasn't a fatherless. It wasn't a single parent household. He had a dad that had his house in order. He had brothers that were responsible, but he was seduced by something. something seduced him and pulled him on the way. What was it? It was his lust. But what was it? He wanted the opportunity for those lusts to be fulfilled. So people communicate constantly. They say stupid things. They open the door because they're hoping for an opportunity.
Yep.
It's setting up an opportunity. It's making provision for the what?
Flesh.
For the
For the
flesh.
flesh.
Verse 7.
Verse 7. Be not ye therefore partakers.
It says, be not what?
Be not ye therefore partakers.
Don't be involved with people that are just only involved in diversions. They're not taking life serious. They don't take the Most High serious. All they care about is sport, games, entertainment, a mental break, relaxation, comfort, and joy. They don't care about spiritual discipline. It says, be not what?
Be not ye therefore partakers with them.
It said, don't be partakers with them. And you can't get more clear than that.
Yeah.
Go back to Ecclesiastes. It was in 15, verse 11. I mean, Wisdom of Solomon. We was in Wisdom of Solomon, verse 12. We're in verse 12 now.
Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 12. But they counted our life a pastime.
It says, but they counted our life what?
A pastime.
It says, but the people that don't know the Most High, their whole life is dedicated to a pastime.
What does that mean? Just some
We had the definition of pastime. You had it, right? Read it one more time.
Amusement.
That was one of them.
Diversion.
Diversion, which Mawala had that definition, or Elisha had it. What else?
Sport.
Sport, bro. It's about fun. People that don't know the Most High are always looking for fun. What else?
That which amuses and serves to make time pass agreeably.
It says, I don't agree with just studying all day. I don't agree with studying all day because there's no entertainment. There's no fun in that.
It's not fun time.
I don't agree with praying like I know I should because there's no fun in that. I don't get nothing in the flesh out of that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with being holy because we read initially in the beginning of the class that every one of us should know how to possess his vessel unto sanctification and honor. I don't agree with making this body holy. It's not fun. Making the body holy isn't fun. It's not entertaining to me. I don't get a kick out of it. I don't get no joy out of it. Making the body holy. It's good for the spirit. It ain't good for my flesh. The flesh is looking for some type of comfort, some type of ease and relaxation, some type of enjoyment. Yes, sir.
The partial definition for diversion, it says, whatever unbends the mind.
Right, stop. We want to go. There's a reason we want to go. I say stop because I want you to read after that. But we're going to read after that in just a minute. But there's a part that you read up in that. We're going to get to that in just a second. So he says what?
Definition?
Yeah.
That which amuses and serves to make time pass agreeably.
So he's saying that you don't agree with how you're told to pass the time. So you look for alternatives to pass the time. And this is what people do that don't know the Most High. They're ignorant of the Lord. They look for alternatives. They're going to veg out, or what you call it in this generation?
Brain rot.
Brain rot. I'm just going to numb myself up.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to be entertained by the flesh. I'm going to sip this syrup, and I'm going to slow everything down today. I'm going to slow everything down. Everything going to move slow and light. I'm going to slow life down with this syrup. Or I'm going to smoke this thing and I'm going to speed life up where everything is moving 100 miles an hour.
High pace, which is crazy too.
Or I'm going to smoke this and I'm just going to meditate. I'm going to smoke this, I'm going to meditate and see what my mind come up with. See what my flesh come up with. Or I'm going to drink so much where I'm not going to remember what the hell I did.
No responsibility.
Because I don't want to be accountable. So I'm going to just drink till I black out because I'm looking for something to stimulate the flesh. I want to play the flesh today. How can I play my flesh today? It's the #1 game console. Everybody want to play their flesh. Yeah, I'm smoking something, sniffing something, drinking something, touching something, tickling something.
Come on.
Hey, bro.
That's a fact, though. That's a
Hey,
fact.
listen.
They're mine.
Hey,
It's
listen, man.
hormones.
It ain't watch out. People are playing. They're playing on their flesh. And the Most High saying, listen, for you that get a kick out of entertainment of the flesh wasn't made for you to play on it. It was made to bring praise to the Most High. But you're using it for an alternative purpose. You're not using it right. So the Most High said, I got to destroy you because you don't use the flesh right. You don't use it for what it's made for. You ignorant of the Most High in his creation and why he made and gave you the flesh. Why he gave you life. Why he gave you breath. Read.
But they counted our life a pastime and our time here a market for gain.
It says, and my time on earth is a market for what?
For gain.
What is a person geared on when all they care about is what?
Gain.
Gain, bro. That's a covetous mind, which we read earlier. That's idolatry. I turn my gear towards just obtaining and acquisition. It's all about what I can get out of this life. More money, better job, better career, better living, upgrade, accessorize the flesh, better hairstyles, better skin, better physique, better tone.
More.
It's all about
Trendsetting.
you got guys that are actually putting rods in their legs to get height.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
They're making it happen now.
They're breaking their shins out.
They're breaking their shin bones and adding rods and they go into the doctor's office and they twist the rod and extend the pole every 3 months or every 6 months. They got to go in and get a tweak.
It's a whole year process. You can't walk for a whole year.
Yeah.
And it doesn't end well for every guy that does it. Every guy doesn't get the end result.
It's not a guarantee.
This is the funny part. The dude said in his speech, he said, people aren't ready to do what it takes. Like, it's some motivation spirit behind it. Like, that's not doing what it takes right there, bro.
Are you willing to do what it takes?
He said that with his mouth. And he was like, he put himself as this figure, like, he's this inspiring
You
figure.
don't sacrifice for this?
You don't know what kind of cost this have to now be able to reach over the refrigerator. That's all you can do now. You can just, I can't see over my refrigerator. I mean, but how much, I could get a stool or chair and still do the same thing. Why would I suffer myself to go through so much pain to where I'm incrementally extending my bones and causing my bones to break and have to regrow and reform and recalcify? And then the pain that it takes just to gain 4 or 5 inches. Because you know what I want? I don't want to be looked at. One guy said, he said one girl told him, a short man can't protect me. Oh. Short man can't protect me. So this guy went and did this damn extension surgery because a short man can't protect me.
I don't accept that answer.
Yeah.
Well, the truth, the majority of Navy SEALs are short. The majority of Navy SEAls are short. He's chasing validation and approval.
Oh, goodness.
And the funny part, this is the funny part. Once he comes back to her, 6 foot tall, she's gonna say something else.
Yeah, of course.
That's the funny part. He doesn't know yet.
You're not 6'3". You're not
He
6'4".
says, yes, that's true. You can't protect me, but I need a man that can do this too.
You too weak now.
Or you're too skinny. You're too skinny to protect me.
Yeah.
You're not proportional.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that said, I watch these shows too sometimes, right? Not a lot.
Come on, dog, yeah.
And this dude said, she said, you got too much muscles.
I've heard that before.
You're too buff.
Yeah.
You too skinny. You're too buff. You look too dangerous.
You're not squishy enough.
Yeah.
You're bone.
One dude said,
I lay on your chest and feel bones and ribs. I don't like all your ribs.
God, you're too flashy. You're not flashy enough. You're not flashy enough. You look dangerous. You look too scary.
Is that your real hair?
It never ends. It never ends. It never ends.
Oh man! So he's showing. What is he showing? Read it again.
Come. But they counted our life a pastime and our time here a market for gain.
It says, in this life, I'm trying to see what I can get out of this life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take the flesh to the highest point of acquisition where I can receive the most benefits out of my flesh.
Man.
So I'm going to alter, articulate, adjust. I'm going to make all kind of adjustments. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to abuse my flesh for the purpose of being accepted by people.
Yes.
I'm going to tear myself down just for the purpose of being accepted.
What?
Because I didn't feel accepted.
It's like pretty much a male BBL.
Well, listen. Listen, bro.
It's what it is.
Or it's a woman that wear high heels so much that she produce hammer toes.
Yeah.
Now what is that about?
Where the bones
start sticking out.
The bones start to deform.
Oh yeah.
And the bones the toes start to buckle up because you wore these heels for so long that you've damaged your arches.
Yep.
And your toes are all jammed together and you got bone deformities and your toes are in pain. But you needed the extra 4 inches. Hey, men do it, women do it too. But this is somebody that don't know the Most High. He says that take this life as a pastime and what else?
A market for gain.
And a market for what?
For gain.
I'm trying to get the most out of my flesh. Read on.
For say they.
It says for say they. Go ahead.
We must be getting every way.
It said we got to get it.
We gotta get it.
I gotta get it no matter what.
Gotta have it.
If this is what it costs to feel better and more confident as a man, to get 4, 5, 6 inches higher,
that matters a lot.
That I'm gonna break my bones and extend them with metal rods.
Stupid.
Because I gotta get it in every way. Got to have it, man.
You gotta have it.
So you watch women that walk around feet on fire. Yeah. Just they take their shoe off. They They be breathing all. They be like Because you know what happens? You walk on them until they just go numb, and your body accepts that they're just numb.
That's crazy.
But when you sit down and that blood flow get to them toes.
It's like spinning.
Then
swell up.
Boom, start pounding. Feet start pounding. Yep. But this is the cost that people will go through to get the most out the flesh. But these are people that don't know the Most High. Read on.
For say they, we must be getting every way.
It said it don't matter how I get what I want out of this flesh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna max myself out until I get what I want to achieve out of my flesh. It's not about serving the Most High. It's about getting what I want out of the flesh, out of this life. I don't care what it takes. You know?
Though it be by evil means.
It said, I don't even care if it's by what?
Evil means.
I don't even care if I got to break a law. I don't care if I got to lie, steal, and cheat.
Yep.
I don't care. I got to get what I want out of this life. These are people that go to extreme measures who don't know the Most High. But these are all evidences of a hard heart.
I gotta bring this one point up. I was watching this. Now I don't watch this show very often, but it was 90 Day Fiance.
I like how you cleaned it up.
Yeah, I don't watch it all. I did not. It was what?
Now you're prefacing this with damage control.
Yeah,
right?
I don't watch it often.
Hey, I just want to let y'all know I don't watch this that much.
It's not my personal show.
It flashed. It flashed.
It was on TV.
It was flashing.
So I sat there and watched it for 30 minutes because it was on TV.
30 minutes.
It was interesting, but here's why it was interesting. Not for a good reason, because the story was about this Brazilian woman, and she was dating this white guy in America. The white guy said, "Look, I'm going to give you $10,000 to sit here and get your visa process going, collect your things. I'm going to move you down to America, and we're going to get settled, get this marriage." Well, actually, it was to purchase the venue for the marriage. They're going to have the marriage in Brazil. She took the $10,000 out, and she got her upgrades. Yeah. And then when he came back, he came to Brazil. I think he came to Brazil like a month later, 2 months later. He said, "Okay, so we got the venue set up and everything." And she sat him down and said, "Look, I have a confession to make." She said, "That money you gave me, I bought something better." And then that was the whole story. It's like, I gave you something what you really want. It's like, I don't have no more money. I quit my job. I moved over here for you to sit here and get married. You telling me all you got was some chest?
Yes.
Some fake chest out? Some
silicone.
And then, here's the worst part. This is why I stayed watching. She didn't like that answer. They said, okay, if you don't appreciate this $10,000 purchase I got, this other guy appreciate this $10,000 purchase. So she left and was with that other guy who appreciated that $10,000 purchase. I said, this is the worst story I've ever seen. And she came back and she was like, I made a mistake.
Oh, wow.
I felt bad because he didn't appreciate my purchase. He appreciated it, but I want you to take me back. And the sucker took it back. The point was, I was like, man, this is really happening in real life. Like, he took out all of his life savings to get her to get the wedding and move down here and start a new life, and she blew it on some chest out. I said, this is crazy.
It's a true story, huh?
Evil means, evil ways. Man, that hurt me.
You know what? I'm gonna stay silent on that right there.
Getting worse than that, huh?
Because it may sound crazy, but people do it all the time. I'm gonna stop. Because you know what? I'm gonna stop, man. Because that can go a whole different.
I know
that because I want to bring up another story on that point. I'm gonna leave it alone. But Chad Ochocinco.
Yeah. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know.
You know.
He ran out.
That's it. Yeah, you know. I'm gonna leave it at that. What you gonna say, bro?
No, I got nothing to say. I was gonna say, there are some divergent people out there. There's some divergent seekers, filthy dreamers.
Let's keep going. Second Peter chapter 3 verse 1 and 2.
Continue.
That's too much.
But it just shows you the desperation behind the means a person goes to and the distance a person runs to satiate that desperation.
Yeah.
You said
to satiate, to fulfill.
Let them finish talking and then we'll get it.
To fulfill and satiate that desperation. There's a carnal pressure that awaits on a person for not having that fleshly apparatus. The fleshly item they're looking for is to justify them, is to build them.
Yeah.
They call it success symbols. So they start chopping their nose away.
Yeah.
Look up their nose. Look for one day. Have a nice Hebrew nose. You look up and it's a little bit different. Like what happened? You know, you're the same person, right? Yeah, I'm the same person.
Yeah.
And they get it perfect to European, the European, I guess, standard.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, it's always they gotta do one more chop. You look like an alien.
Yeah.
Because one more chop. What happened? You look at Little Kim. You look at Michael Jackson. You look at a lot of people, and they just gotta keep snipping away because they're in this constant ideal for perfecting the flesh. Yeah. But it's not about perfecting the spirit.
Yeah, the nutrient is the Botox one, the Botox one, because you'll get the shot in your face, and it swells over time.
Yeah.
So you got to get more shots to even out the swelling, because the swelling in the water swells at different parts. So you got this more face in about 5-10 years.
Yes.
You got to even it out.
You got to even the swelling out, and then it never leaves your body.
Yes.
That was the new study. It doesn't leave your body. So there's no long-term studies on all this damage you're doing. But what I was going to say is, those type of people are very hard to hold a conversation with. Especially if, obviously we're in the scriptures and we think on a different, I won't say level, but we think differently. You try to talk to someone like that, it's only into their look, only into how they carry themselves or whatever they're acquiring. It's so surface level. It's very difficult.
Yeah. That's why it's rare for the beauty pageant to have a conversation. Part of the winnings is to have her speak.
Yeah.
And someone be like, "Oh man, she's dumb as a box of rocks."
Yes.
But she won though. You know that?
Yeah.
But it's not all.
I just want to set off world hunger.
They're not there because of their minds.
No, bro.
So 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 1 and 2.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1 reads, "This second epistle, beloved, I know, Salakia, I now write unto you in both, which I stir up your pure mind."
They said that's why it's so important, because people easily become divergent in their servitude and worship to the Most High, he says you always need a reminder. Somebody has to be there to remind you to focus back on what's important and that your flesh and fun is not important. Entertainment is not important. Your look, your physique is not important. What you got and what you possess and what you own is not important. People always have to be there to remind you, to recalibrate you on what's important. To stop feeding your flesh, because it's a never-ending story. Read on.
Come, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance.
He said, by way of what?
Remembrance.
Now, why do we need people to remind us? Why do we need reminders on a constant level? Yeah, simple answer. Forgetful.
Oh, we're forgetful hearers.
Forgetful hearers. Build a habit.
To remember, to remind us where our confidence should lie.
All those answers are correct. Go to Numbers chapter 15. What you got, Mark? What you gonna say?
I was gonna say to basically see how far we left away from the truth.
Yeah.
Like, or see how far we're away from it.
Yeah. How far we've deviated.
Yeah.
Redirection.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 30.
God. Numbers chapter 15, verse 30. Numbers 15 and 30. But the soul that doth aught presumptuously.
What's that definition of presumptuously?
Presumptuously.
He says sometimes the soul can do presumptuously. So we got to know, we know we read this verses that talk about us being mindful about what's important, even so much as to not be around people that are not about anything serious in particular, or anything beneficial, or anything that edifies, that talk about foolishness that don't edify anything. He says, so we know that you got to watch out for those individuals. We got to watch out for our own flesh pulling on us. And then he says, sometimes the flesh automatically by itself can become presumptuous. He says, the soul that doeth what?
That doth aught presumptuously.
What does that mean?
Presumptuously. 1828. It says, willfully.
The soul can become what?
Willfully.
Willfully. What else?
In bold defiance.
In bold defiance. Sometimes the flesh is in you because you want what you want so bad and you can't get it. You start to get what?
Bold and defiant.
You start to get bold and defiant.
Yep.
Meaning you start making measures that are extreme. You start taking extreme measures to get what you want. There's sometimes the flesh does this to a person, where they're so not content with themselves and they want what they want so bad that they get bold. They already get disrespectful. That's already a sign. A scoffer is already a sign of a hard heart. But they take it to another level and just get bolder in what they do. Read on.
Willfully, in bold defiance of conscience or violation.
They know that what I'm doing is wrong. They know that what I'm doing is in violation. But I want my pleasure so bad. I want to feel good so bad, and I know damn right what I'm doing is about to do is wrong.
I don't care.
I'm about to satisfy the flesh. I'm going to play the flesh box. I'm going to play on this. I'm going to have some fun with myself. I'm going to look for joy, look for fun and entertainment, ease and comfort and relaxation. And I know this ain't the right time to do it nor the right thing to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. He said, "For this is presumptuousness." Read. What else you got?
In bold defiance of conscience or violation of known duty.
What else?
As to sin.
At that point, the violation of known duty is your conscience knows what you should be doing. I should be serving. I should be studying. I should be locking in. I should be fasting. I should be meditating. I should be confessing. I should be curbing myself. I should be curbing my habits, my routines, and my excessive nature. I shouldn't be here right now. I shouldn't be in this environment. The body's over here, I'm over here. I know I should be doing, but my will to submit is not as strong as my will to satisfy my pleasure.
Absolutely. Read on.
Arrogantly.
He said, and I'm gonna do it what?
Arrogantly.
I don't give a damn who tell me what I'm doing is wrong. I don't care what nobody got to say. I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway.
Yep.
I'm just not gonna answer the phone because I don't want to hear nobody's mouth telling me what I can't do or where I can't go and what I should be doing. These are individuals that get arrogant. They get willful. What else?
Kind. Insolently with rash confidence.
Insolently. With rash confidence, right? So read on, Ahmad.
God, whether he be born in the land or a stranger.
The Most High don't give a damn if the person is homeborn or they just newly moved into the area. The Most High doesn't want anybody to become willful or presumptuous or arrogant to where nobody can tell them what not to do, where to go, what's right, what's wrong. I'm going to do what the hell I want to do, and I'm going to please my flesh at all times. Read on.
The same reproacheth the Lord.
It says the same person that's that damn bold to want to satisfy their flesh no matter what, they're a direct enemy and a scorner of the Lord. They're speaking directly against the Most High. You're defiant in means of what the Most High wants you to do. Because He's the one that created you. You didn't create yourself to tell yourself, this is what I'm going to do and I don't give a damn who try to stop me. You're in defiance of the Most High at this point. Read on.
And that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
The Most High has no dealings with this individual because this person is only geared in their whole life to please themselves at all costs. So the Most High has no dealings and can't do anything with this individual. Why can't the Most High do anything with this individual? 2 Timothy chapter 2, we read verse 21, now read verse 22. And then, I want you to read that additional definition of diversion.
It says 2 Timothy chapter 2.
Verse 22.
Come. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22 reads, but it is happened unto them according...
No, 1 Timothy then, chapter 2, verse 22.
Okay. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22 reads.
Read that.
There's no 22.
Who did no sin.
No, we're reading the wrong verse.
You're talking about 2 Timothy 2 and 22?
Yes.
Yeah, I read.
Flee also.
Yes, that's what I said, right?
Okay.
I thought it was, you must have read the wrong thing, my one. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. That's what I said. Read that.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 22. Flee also youthful lust.
It tells you that you gotta flee youthful lust. Now, give me that definition of diversion.
Diversion. At that second point.
Yeah, I want you to read that part. You'll see it. You'll see it align exactly with the scripture.
So it says, whatever unbends the mind.
It says, whatever unbends the mind, discipline keeps the mind straight.
Yep.
Discipline, focus, diligence, painstaking effort, concentration. When you concentrate on what you're doing, you're keeping the mind focused. But when you're looking for a diversion, it's something that breaks your concentration. It unbends it. What else you got?
The diversion of a purpose to another object. Semicolon to give an example. The diversion of the mind from business.
No, it says whatever unbends the mind as the what?
Okay, whatever unbends the mind.
You got. That's what I want you to do. As a diversion of what? Right. That's why I said you'll see it align with the verse we just read. You got to stay with it, y'all. We'll read the verse one more time.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 22. Flee also youthful lust.
He says you gotta flee youthful lust. You know a person's age not by the number of years they've been on earth. You know a person's age by their ability to stay concentrated.
Yeah.
You could have an old man that cannot concentrate. You could have a mature person that can't stay focused. You can have an older person that can't stay disciplined. It's not about the number. of how many years you've been on earth. Spiritual maturity is based on how well can you lock your mind down to one task, one object, one focus, and concentrate at a time. Where you don't look for a diversion. You don't look for something to steer you off or unbend the mind from what you're geared to be looking at, what you're supposed to be looking at. That's a sign of what, Yahweh?
It says, as a diversion of youth.
As a diversion of what?
Youth.
Kids need to be entertained.
Yes.
Children look to be stimulated constantly.
They need it.
They need stimulation.
But they cry if they don't get
That's why the scripture said, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I thought as a child. He said, but when I came a man, I put away what?
Childish things.
What the hell is childish thing? Well, you constantly got to be entertained and your flesh got to be fed.
Stimulated.
You got to be stimulated at all times.
Or you're not happy.
Or you ain't satisfied. Or you can't serve the Lord. You need constant stimulation. Then you show the evidence of a child.
Wow.
You show the workings of somebody that's still in their youth. Good luck being a leader. Because the Most High is not looking for individuals that need constant stimulation to be leaders, who can't focus and concentrate on what's important, and they want to pass the time and fun. You're not good quality and selection of somebody that the Most High can use for an austere purpose, for a grave and serious purpose. You can't be used in an important position by the Lord because you need constant stimulation. Like a baby. Like a baby with a damn, what they call the mobile? The mobiles, is that what they call? The damn thing you put on the baby that got the elephant and the cat and it spin around and it roll in a carousel and then it make noise and it sing songs and it do circles and then it vibrate and then they got strings where they can pull it and then they got bells and whistles they can pull it on it. They need constant stimulation. They always feeling and touching and that's what babies need. But you know if you're a grown adult and you can't control your mind and your lust, you can't concentrate on what's in front of you. He said you haven't fled youthful lusts. You still need a game room.
The game dinner.
Yeah, the game. They call it a man cave, right?
Man cave. Right?
That's a boy cave.
Yeah, it is.
It's a boy cave.
That's a boy cave. You need constant stimulation because you know what? A man should only need a library.
Yeah.
That should be a man cave. It's a library. Not 50 TVs in a room. I got a TV wall. I got a media wall.
Yeah.
I can play it loud. I got 10 games going at one time. I got 10 games. I got 10 games being played. I got all the sports. I got all the sports going at the same time.
At the same time, all the games. You
All
got
games and nothing.
South game,
Yeah.
game overseas. That's crazy, bro.
He's showing you the evidences of a child. A child needs constant stimulation. A child needs constant entertainment. Not a man. Not a grown, mature woman. A mature woman or a mature man could focus on what's important. They can stay locked in for a long period of time. That's what declares their spiritual maturity. That's why I said flee you for what?
Lusts.
Lust. Now you finish that, Yahweh, one more time. Read it one more time. That last part.
Diversion. Whatever unbends the mind as a diversion of youth. Works of wit and humor.
I got to be humored. I got to be entertained. What else?
And humor furnish an agreeable diversion to the studious.
It says, and it's an offset to being studious. So instead of being studious, what does it mean to be studious? I'm locked in. I can study for a long period of time. I can lock my mind in the Bible for a long period of time. I can stay engaged in the book. He said, but when you're a diversion, when you have a divergent mind, you need stimulation, entertainment to keep you focused and going. That's why he says, man, that's a child in mind, in spirit. He said, Flee youthful lusts and do what, Kariah?
It says, flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness.
It says you should put away the self-stimulation that the flesh provides and follow after what?
Righteousness.
What else?
Faith.
What else?
Charity.
Those things are more important. Not entertainment, leisure, fun, joy that the flesh brings, gratification in the flesh. There's other things that are more important than just the entertainment of the flesh. Faith is more important. What else?
God. But follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Most High out of a pure heart. But foolish and unlearned questions avoid.
But foolishness, avoid foolishness. Avoid things that have nothing to do with the benefit of you gaining more faith, more charity, more understanding, becoming more studious, becoming more learned. Read on.
But foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strifes. And the servant of the Most High must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach.
Apt to teach. What else?
What can I teach if I didn't make the time to invest in my understanding?
How can I teach?
How do I engage with people if I haven't worked on my character? The time I had for my character development was given to the internet. It was given us out there to the digital realm. It was given to access and looking for some type of fascination. So really, I'm undeveloped. A person doesn't give themselves to being locked in and studying. Their personality expression and their psyche and how they interact with people show that they're undeveloped. That's what maturity is, to be developed.
Yeah.
So immaturity is to be what? To be undeveloped. Meaning that I should be developed as by a certain time and a certain rate of maturity as a person, but because I wasted the opportunity, I'm of a certain specimen of age, but I lack the ability to engage. But you'll look at me like, man, you should be on this level. Your speech should be like this. But I lack. I'm very surface. And why am I surface? Because when I had the time, when I had the opportunity, Most High, going back to someone's point in the beginning of the class, my prayer life, my study life wasn't important.
No, but and what the Most High does is He can't use you for a higher degree of service and a higher degree of purpose. He can't elevate you to a higher degree of service and purpose because you didn't do the things necessary to acquire the things that He considers important. You did the things that your flesh considered important. Having fun, the pastimes,
The good times.
looking for entertainment, relaxation. You didn't give yourself to nothing serious. So therefore, the Most High can't use you for a serious purpose. Read on.
And the servant of the Most High must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves.
I'm supposed to be telling people how not to give themselves to their flesh. I'm not supposed to be one of those individuals.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be telling people how not to feed their flesh. How are you going to do that if you're still feeding your flesh? If you're still a slave to your flesh?
Yep.
If you haven't conquered your own mind? If you haven't conquered your own flesh? How can you help somebody else? Read on.
In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. If the Most High peradventure will give them repentance.
It said, if the Most High peradventure give them repentance. Read on.
To the acknowledging of the truth.
Because somebody had to teach me the truth. For what purpose? Read.
And that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil.
Because as long as I'm a slave to my flesh, I'm entrapped by who?
The devil.
I'm entrapped by the devil. People don't even know it. You seeking self-pleasure in the flesh, you didn't even know you was a slave to the devil. You didn't even know the devil had you in his grips. As long as you weren't able to control your lusts and impulses. But the Most High is trying to elevate us for a greater purpose to recover other people that are slaves to their flesh and impulses. Now go back to where we're at in Numbers, chapter 15. In verse 32.
Numbers 15:32.
Yep. No, read verse 31. We didn't get 31. Read 31 and 32. Read on.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 31. Because he hath despised the word of the Lord and hath broken his commandment.
When do we despise the word of the Lord and break his commandments? When we're too busy looking for what? Pleasure. Pleasing the flesh. Satisfaction. Read on. Acquisition. Covetousness. Read on.
That soul shall utterly be cut off. His iniquity shall be upon him.
Go ahead.
And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness.
Okay, so we're in the wilderness at this point. Read on.
They found a man that gathered sticks.
He said that while the children of Israel was in the wilderness, they found a man that was gathering sticks. What's wrong with gathering sticks? Read on.
Upon the Sabbath day.
It was on the what?
On the Sabbath day.
So what's wrong with gathering sticks on the Sabbath? He's doing work, right? He gathering sticks. So they found this man gathering sticks. Read on.
Verse 33. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron.
And said, Moses, Aaron, hey man, we got this guy. We found this guy gathering sticks. Read on.
And unto all the congregation. And they put him inward, because it was not declared what should be done to him.
So they held the man temporarily. They said, man, Moses and Aaron said, man, we're gonna hold this man next to us. Read on.
35. The Lord said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death.
So Moses and Aaron got the answer of what they need to do with this man. They said, the Most High came back and told Moses and Aaron, hey man, that man got to die. Now that may sound serious and extreme for some sticks. It was just some sticks. Why does this man got to die for picking up sticks on the Sabbath? For one, he's in violation of the commandment. But why such an extreme judgment for this determination from the Most High? There's got to be more to it.
Yeah.
Go to Psalms chapter 66 and let's find out if there's more to it. Psalms chapter 66 verse 18. And get this definition. Correct. Read that.
Psalms chapter 66, verse 18. If I regard iniquity in my heart.
Stop. Get that definition of regard.
God. Regard. 1828.
Did we hear the verse? Read the verse one more time.
Psalms chapter 66, verse 18. If I regard iniquity in my heart.
He says, if I regard iniquity in my heart. Read.
The Lord will not hear me.
He said, the Lord going to cut me off. What does it mean to regard? Read that definition.
God. To regard.
I want you to read the fourth definition of regard.
Fourth definition. It says, to attend to as a thing.
It says to attend to pay attention to as a thing. Read.
That affects our interest.
It says, I attend to the things that affect what?
Our interest.
So I give my mind and I only pay attention to the things that I'm interested in. What else?
Or happiness.
Or I only care about and pay attention to the things that make me what?
Happy.
So what's wrong with this man picking up sticks? Say it again. What else? Say it again. Pleasing himself. What else? Why would the Most High say that man got to die? Yes, sis. Right. It wasn't the Sabbath. It wasn't about the Sabbath. It wasn't about the Most High's commandments. The Most High said, man, this man got to die. And we just read David said, if I regard iniquity in my heart, the Most High shall what?
Says, well, the Lord will not hear me.
The Most High going to cut me off. There's a certain amount of desire that we have that is so defiant of the Most High, and it's all about us getting what we want, because what we want is what makes us happy. It has nothing to do with the Most High. So if this man wasn't just picking up sticks, there's more to it than that. This man don't care about the Sabbath. This man don't care about order. This man don't care about law. This man is only geared upon doing what makes him happy, what he's interested in. Yes, sir.
Remind me of that song, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Yeah, that's all I care about. I don't matter if it's wrong.
Because he's picking up sticks, but picking up sticks was a part of his process or his purpose. Listen, we got something we want to do.
That's his plan.
Listen, the big picture of what you want has a lot of little steps. So he was getting the sticks, but he wasn't just a stick crazy guy. He was getting for something else. It was a part of his journey to take what he wanted.
About what he was gearing his mind towards.
He was just in phase 1, getting to phase 7. Phase 1, I'm picking up sticks. That wasn't the whole goal. He had a bigger purpose. And Most High stung him because his purpose wasn't the Most High. That's a scary point to bring out.
Yeah.
Just showing in this class.
Because you know what it's showing is when your lust is so important and it overrides what's important to the Most High. When you let your lust get that strong, to where your sin is that important, then the Most High got to cut you off. Because you make your sin that damn important. You make your lust that damn important. That's why this man had to get cut off like this. David said, if I regard iniquity in my heart, the Most High will do what to me?
Will not hear me.
What else?
Verse 19. But verily, the Most High hath heard me.
He said, but the Most High hear me. Read on.
He hath attended to my voice.
He said, and the Most High paid attention to my voice.
To the voice.
To the voice. Go ahead.
To the voice of my prayer.
Why did the Most High hear David's prayers? Why did the Most High cut him off? Because doing the Most High's will is what made David happy.
Yeah.
See, this man had to be made an example out of. It wasn't just about the sticks. It's about seeking my pleasure so much that it's all that's important to me. And it's the only thing that makes me happy. Read on in Numbers.
God, Numbers 15 and 30. We're back in 30. Want to read 31 again?
You're at 35.
35, sloppy. Numbers 15 and 35. And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall surely be put to death. Be surely put to death.
Why? Because this dude regards iniquity where? In his heart.
In his heart, in his mind.
He only does the things that make him happy. He don't care about the Most High. He don't care about doing the will of the Most High. He cares about doing his will. Read on.
All the congregation shall stone him with stones.
He said, man, we got to make an example out of this guy.
That's crazy.
He said, I need the whole congregation in on this one. Don't be like this guy.
It's a major lesson, huh?
Where this guy and his dealings and his doings and his pursuits is all that matters to him.
Can I say this?
Mm-hmm.
And this is before Achan.
Yeah.
But it's the same root.
Done.
Achan had to have that Babylonian garment because it's something he wanted. This guy had to get his sticks because it's something he wanted. Most High had both men get destroyed at.
Okay, read that. Read on.
God, verse 36, end of 35. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. And all the congregation brought him without the camp.
Go ahead.
and stoned him with stones that he died, as the Lord commanded Moses.
Go ahead, read on.
Con 37. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put up upon the fringe of the borders a riband of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Stop. How important is reminders?
Very.
People need reminders to not seek their flesh. The whole reason why we wear fringes, because this man had to be made an example of, because this man forgot what's important. This is the whole reason why the Most High passed down the tradition of fringes. Because we need reminders that much. That's why you got to put fringes on your garment. Because you need a reminder. You need everyday reminders not to go after your flesh. Because if not, you're going to be like this man and just do what you want to do that makes you happy. And only pay attention to what you please with. And what you get pleasure out of. So a whole law has to be created to give you a reminder. That's how reminders are so important. That's why they're so important. Read on.
God, middle of 39. And remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
And what else?
And do them.
And don't just remember them, but to what?
And do them.
And this is why reminders are so important. Because somebody got to remind you to stay out of your flesh. Read on.
And that ye seek not after your own heart.
Stop. Why is the fringes made on the garment?
That ye seek not after your own heart.
Why do you put fringes on your clothes?
That ye seek not after your own heart.
Is it just about not eating pork?
That ye seek not after your own heart.
It's got to be the lobster.
That ye seek not after your own heart.
Because everybody loves ham and cheese.
That ye seek not after your own heart.
No, you wear fringes as a reminder, not just for the dietary laws. You wear fringes so you need a reminder not to do you. That example came, that law came after this man was doing him. So you don't be like this man and get cut off. So you don't regard iniquity in your heart. So that you don't just seek after your own particular pleasure. And yes, women do wear fringes. For the question that was asked online, do women wear fringes? Yes, they do. They should wear fringes. Because this is a law from the Most High. We all need reminders. Women don't need reminders? Do they need reminders too? Is it only men that seek after their own heart? No. It's not just men. Women do too. Yes.
What about the dolls? Do women wear the dolls?
Say what?
Do women wear the dolls?
God, they can wear that. They can wear teetsies, tallits. It's form of a fringe. It's all a reminder. It's a reminder for you to stay out of your own flesh. Get out of your own head and looking after only what appeals to you and what pleases you and what entertains you and what's important to you. Read on.
And end of 39. Now ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes.
And your own what?
Eyes.
So because you need a fringe to keep you from lusting. Because your flesh is that strong. First Corinthians chapter 2 verse 15. Somebody else read it.
You holding it?
Yeah, we're going to hold that and finish it. It's going to be last verse. We're going to finish it up.
And it could be argued, I was just picking up sticks. I didn't mean nothing wrong. I didn't mean nothing wrong, but listen, how many people have I seen pick up sticks? I'm not the only person that I've seen pick up sticks. You're being extreme. You're sitting here. You're just, this is a witch hunt. You're picking on me. You're just focus. You're making me the focus. This is unnecessary. This judgment is harsh. This is just, you have a personal problem with me. People say all those different little statements, but the more I look at your heart, how much passion you have for what you care about, but that passion has nothing to do with the Father. He's judging passions. He's weighing passions.
Yeah. And what's important.
And that passion, if it was If it was whatever the passion was, if his passion was truly sticks, that passion offended the Father. So we have to have our eyes on our passions.
1 Corinthians 2:15.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 15 reads, but he that is spiritual, judge of all things.
I'm sorry. Did I say 1 Corinthians 2:15?
That's still history.
Yeah, read 2 and 15 through 17.
2 and 15.
I mean 2 and 15. Read that.
Okay.
No, hold on. My man. Hold on, bro. Salaki.
Still hit though.
No, I want yes. 14 and 15.
You saying 15?
14.
14 and 15. Read that.
Okay. 2 Corinthians chapter 14. No.
2 and 14, right?
Yes.
Okay.
2. Okay.
2 Corinthians 2 and 14.
Yeah.
God. 2 Corinthians.
I tell you what, give me 1 Corinthians where you say the lust of the flesh and the pride of life. 15 and 1 Corinthians 15 and 21. I mean, what is that?
That's John. That's 1 John 2:15.
It's 1 John 2 and 15. Give me 1 John 2 and 15. Yeah, that's what I want. Give me 1 John. Yes.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 15 reads, love not the world.
He said, love not the world. Because we read earlier that something has to keep you out of your flesh and from the world. Read on.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Read on.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
If there's something that you want so bad that's more than your relationship with the Most High, the love of the Most High is not in you. You don't understand the love of the Most High. You don't have it. Because something else is your focus, something else is your pleasure, something else is your joy. Read on.
Your heart's somewhere else.
Your mind is somewhere else.
Verse 16. For all that is in the world.
Everything that's in the world, read.
The lust of the flesh.
It appeals to your what?
The lust of the flesh.
It only appeals and accentuates your flesh. What else?
And the lust of the eyes.
It only tends and aims to satisfy the eyes. What else?
And the pride of life.
And it only increases your vanity and your arrogance. It only strokes your ego. Read on.
It's not of the Father.
And it has nothing to do with the Most High. It's not just about sticks. It's about where your mind is at. Either your mind is going to be completely geared on what you get in this life and what's important to you in this life, or it's going to be about the Most High. It's not really either or. Read on.
But is of the world.
But it's of the world. Read on.
And the world passeth away.
And what's going to happen to the world?
And the world passeth away.
And the world's going to go away. Read on.
And the lust thereof.
And the lust right along with it. All of it's going down the drain. Read on.
But he that doeth.
But the only person that Most High is going to spare is who?
But he that doeth the will of the Most High.
I don't want to do what pleases me. I want to do what pleases the Father. That's my focus. That's what's important to me. That's what I pay attention to. Read on.
Abideth forever.
Who is the Most High going to sustain? The one that lives after him. This is who the Most High sustains. Go back to finish that in Numbers.
Numbers, God. Numbers chapter 15. And we're still in 39. Let's
start at verse 39. Yes, sir.
Top of 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
He said it's going to be unto you for a what?
For a fringe.
What is the fringe for? Read on.
That ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Let me stay out of my... It's not about me. It's not about what I want. It's about the Most High. I got to serve the Most High at all costs. It's not. This life is not about serving me. Read on.
And do them.
What else?
And that ye seek not after your own heart.
Go ahead.
And your own eyes.
What else?
After which ye use to go a-whoring.
It says, because those are the instruments that you use to go what?
A-whoring.
So that's why I compare the body or the flesh to a console. The eyes and the mind is like the joysticks. I wonder why they call them joysticks. It's what you use to play the flesh. That's why they say taste not, touch not, handle not, for we all perish with the using. You got to play the flesh with something. You got to use a controller. The controller to the flesh is the eyes and the mind. Those are the things that you use to game the flesh. That's how you game the flesh. That's how you entertain and activate the flesh, is with the eyes and the mind.
I can't find my peace from spiritual pursuits. I can't find peace in the spirit. I gotta find my peace some other way.
Yep. And that's why he says they use those eyes and that mind to go a-whoring. Read on.
Verse 40, that ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your power.
And it still goes back to the very first verse that we started with, which was 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 4, that says what? Read that and we're going to end class.
It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
Let's get this back to Sister.
Yeah.
Read that. Last verse. He said the friends was a reminder for you not to go after yourself and your eyes so that you could be holy. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 4 says what?
It says 1 Thessalonians 4 and 4 that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel.
It says everybody's supposed to know how to possess his vessel. First of all, your vessel got to have some fringes on it, because the vessel need reminders. Read.
How to possess his vessel in sanctification.
And you're supposed to know how to keep your vessel holy. Sanctification means to make something holy, to make the body holy. And the way you make the body holy is you don't feed the flesh. You don't give to it to what it wants as far as entertainment and pleasure in the flesh. You feed the spirit. Read.
It says possess his vessel in sanctification and honor.
And to keep it honorable. That's what the Most High respects, is a clean body, a clean vessel. The class is called A Call to Reform the Flesh, because that's what it's about. It's a reminder to put this flesh back under submission and to not feed it, because that's what the Most High will destroy in the end anyway. And there is a part 2. We'll finish part 2 next week on Wednesday. All right. And with that, we're going to say shalom to everybody for watching. We'll see you again. We got Dawei back in action on Friday. And stay tuned. And we appreciate everybody for bearing the time. I know we started late, but Salakia. All right, shalom.
Shalom.